Hey everybody, what's happening? Habits here. What are we going to do today? I have no idea, but I can tell you one thing. It's going to be hardcore. That's for certain. And vanilla, because who doesn't love vanilla, honestly? Like, that gets added into to so, baked goods particularly, but so much stuff. And you don't notice it unless it's not there, like with some cookies or something. You're like, man, this just tastes a little like, what's going on here? Oh, they didn't add in that little bit of vanilla. Anyway, I'm rambling. Let's get back on focus here. I don't know too much of what all we had. I mean, I know we were whooping it up over in the mines. It was pretty productive and awesome. We found another whole new section. I don't know if we particularly needed that, but we got it. And have just generally been doing, pretty good right around here. Goodie box. More chests. All right, let's top off our torches here while we're back here, and let's go. Um, I have a feeling I may stream pretty good today. Um, record. Sorry. Um, we'll see how that all plays out. What that looks like if I go a couple episodes or more than that. But one thing we have been doing is getting a lot more of this cleared out, and believe it or not, at some point, this is we're gonna get this all cleared up, and I don't really think that we're gonna have um, a whole lot of press. At least I'm not feeling it right now. Now that could change in a couple episodes easily, but at the moment, at least, I'm not feeling the press to like fully blow up the. That's actually a little dangerous. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, why weren't those spawning in that dark corner though this whole time? Um, Oversight there. So we do have all these farms, and I think one thing we really are gonna want to do is try to explore with these now that we've been saving all the cave spider spawners. Something I've never done, never, other than maybe early on, having made up a. Come on, dude. Having made up a farm. I don't think I've ever worked with the cave spider spawners other than just to break them immediately. Early on, I was out of fear. It was like, oh, they're going to get me. And I guess that's still a pretty good mentality to go into it with, um, because they are formidable. Um, but now we've got Franny, and I think adding string um, to our trades here could be huge. So we'll look at doing that. The other thing I wanted to kind of look at is we were getting so turned around um, coming out of. I know this is kind of floor here too. Coming out of this whole area and getting back to here, that I think I'd kind of like to open that up a little more as a return, because this is a big false flag area back here, right? It's where we kind of got stuck at the end of the last episode trying to get back get back to our storage. And um, when we have the direct path set up, I personally, I think the gameplay is a lot more fun for this abandoned mine stuff. Certainly, it goes a lot quicker, right? We can get to the place where we want to do more work, clear those up, and then more easily get back home again. And as we find more and more of these farms scattered out over the area, that will be pretty handy. Close now. Oh, there we go. And I think we'll just open all this up. That floor is actually going to help us kind of make this a more memorable spot, right? So now we come back up here and it's like, oh, yeah, big room, angled little wooden floor. That's where we need to get back to. Because remember, this last time we were all over the place over here, like running in circles, getting frustrated. Why can't we get home? And hopefully that will no longer be a big deal. But now that we are back here, let's go ahead and clear up some of this. I guess that's the main thing. We just always need to keep super aware that we need to go low coming out of all that. With that dirt floor, it seems like, oh, we're down, at a base. We need to get up high again. But it's a trap. Don't fall for it. Yeah, so we were doing this loop and it just kind of corkscrews us up higher and higher, but that's where we fall down, and then we still have to go back over to get down the stairs that are back there now. So good to remember. Let's see if I can hold on to all that until the end of the next episode. We got another up high section right here, and do we have anything that leads up to that? Lots of gold around here as well. We'll have to get. We're just going to try to make our own good fortune. We know we've got a hallway that will intersect with this eventually. There we go. And at one point last evening, I was just kind of checking around, like I'd like to throw, Minecraft Hardcore Vanilla, something like that, into YouTube to see if I can find any new creators or small channels that I can go check out here and there. And I don't know, I wasn't feeling the whole like scroll through endless results. So I watched, I don't know, somebody huge. And it was one of the, 100 days of hardcore. But it was at least close enough to my style of play that I could kind of hang with it. Eventually, it did end into Top of the Nether, uh, machines that I wouldn't build in my own world. But hey, it's all right. And uh, I did really enjoy that the guy uh, got his start pretty routine. Didn't was doing some trading, but wasn't like, oh yeah, that's my only meat. It was hardcore, but he wasn't afraid to go mix it up in the caves a little bit to get some good luck and get the gear he needed to make his world and his gear and all that take off. So I was pretty impressed, pretty well entertained. Something GG. Go figure, right? That narrows it down to 100 different content creators, but it's pretty good. The other unrelated to this world exciting news for me is, man, I've been playing some Stardew for just maybe around a week now, and this world is just so good, so good. It's the good luck and how I've got it set up and how things came into my order has definitely taken it up to, yeah, this is as good as I've ever had in Stardew. And I don't want to be that max, like you only farm the one crop that gives you the most value and you just jam it up. And nah, part of part of playing that game in particular is just enjoying um, the mix of it. We could clear this, but I don't think there's a whole lot of worth to that. That's where we came up, right? This is our little starter hallway thing, I think. Um, Here's our little starter hallway thing. A little dark right in here. But yeah, I don't want to, talk too far. That's not this game in this channel or anything like that. It's just something I'm liking to do. It works out pretty well. One of the frustrating things about Stardew is you there is no save button, right? You only save as each night turns into a new day, right? So for those of you guys who have never seen the game or have no desire or anything like that, you're basically a farmer guy and you run around, but then at the end, 2 a.m. is when you have to be in bed, or you just fall asleep where you drop, and people may rob you or charge you a penalty fee to um, get back going. Oh, darn it! Thought he was done. Um, oh, that was why he couldn't get back up here, because or maybe he did that. Pretty populated little cave, though. Huh? It was deep. Um, yeah, so you got to be in bed by 2, but depending on how much resources you have for energy and all that kind of stuff, you may choose to go to bed early. You may just not have anything left to do that day too. So um, that's the only time you can save, though. So you don't. You're either into play for a full 20 minutes ish. I mean, you could go to bed very early, right, and close out your day. But generally, depending on what activities you do during the course of the day or something like that, each general opportunity to save your game is gonna be in the 20 to 40 minute range. Well, it just so happens that works out to go pretty well while one YouTube video is loading in my setup. and then come back so I have something that can be going on while I'm doing that. If I don't have anything else, I can play it and have the dishwasher or the laundry going. If the lawnmower guys are here and it works out to not have an episode going right then, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of a nice chill way to do that. So yeah, it's gone really well. I'm into summer in my second year, and like I just well ahead of kind of the story and all that, getting stuff that in the past has kind of been like after the farming is done. So pretty happy with all that. Mm, but I've also been very much kind of like, hey, I want to get back in it. In fact, today, right before this episode, I was frustrated because, all right, yeah, gonna gonna get going here, and it took so long to make coffee before I started up. I was, come on, water, heat up. I ended up, like, I had the whole laptop set up, ready and waiting, and then was like back folding some laundry, doing some kitchen cleanup kind of stuff. Like, what can I do here that's not gonna? My dishwasher is all loaded up, ready to go. But of course, I don't want to run that while I'm recording. Same goes for the laundry. I could be doing all that, but um, instead, I just had to kind of twiddle my thumbs for a minute there until we got clear. Kept thinking that maybe that would pop back into something else, and then we wouldn't have to do the cleanup bit. But well. But this is kind of a prime example, right? We fooled around in that cave long enough. You start gathering stuff up. This is kind of where I stopped remembering what each little move was to get us close to where we were going to be. But I think we saw that chest, right? I don't know why I walked away from that quite so quickly. I'm sure this will just get us full enough that we won't be able to bring everything back. And it'll be another race, and stuff will despawn. Of course. So I guess let's leave it. We can combine these. Why not? Glowberries. No real prioritization there. We're gonna need everything back. We still have room for both planks and fence, so we'll just keep knocking these down on our way back, and hopefully we'll find our way here pretty easily. Which was clear, and then we'd come in here, and then right there. See, good landmark. Not too bad. The time at the beginning was worth. So as long as I don't get completely distracted, we should be able to pop right back out again and finish up that cart. How you doing, Franny? You all good over there? I always love that when I get to the next box and it's like, oh, there's that and that. How did you overlook those two? many mysteries, many questions in the world. Stones, 62, I guess is our partial. Fences, and guessing. Oh, that sounds like trouble. Oh, a pigman, huh? Alright, Franny, what you got? Oh, that is still fortune, so if we come across gravel, we can load up on those. And let's see what we've got for our strings. That should reset. Go. And we can do at least one of these. Not bad, just under half a stack. And put that away. Alright, all good, right? Alright, run faster. Now I know this may all... Wait, was that? Yeah, that was where we came down, huh? We're back up here. Let's put a torch there. It seems a little dark. Uh-oh. That wasn't where we were. Where was that little... Oh, right here. Maybe? We're going this way. Got a couple little things here. But this looks good. Full of promise. Got some more. Oh, I almost did. Almost totally goofed that. I don't like that I'm turning my back on that. Oh! Try to give ourselves a little bit of a radius here before... Oh! Before we really start to focus on as much light down there as possible. Yeah, I know. Not really talking these through too much, but I worry about turning on all my attention to the spider webs with occasional little spiders stuck on the ceiling and having creepers or something come out of these hallways, especially when those wooden pillars are there. So we'll just clear these out. Looks like that's about. And then I don't hear too much anymore. Did we get them all? I'm guessing there's at least one more jump scare spider in here. Hear bats, but I'm guessing by hitting it early and often, or getting that torch there, I don't know that we hit it much at all. We didn't let a whole lot of spiders spawn up. Sometimes you don't know it's there, right? You're working on the other side of a wall or something, and that whole time it's just spider, 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 spiders. So when you do get in there, you got a whole bunch to clear out. I don't think we gave it enough time to really set all that up. But we can count that as another possible farm whenever we decide what we want to do. I was thinking more about that. As I said, I've kind of been anxious to get back in here, and while I was saying, I want to finish clearing the mine, checking the chests, and getting all the loot and all that stuff, and don't have an immediate plan or urgency to do anything with the spawners. I think it's fair to say, particularly those spiders would be ones where I don't care at all about XP. And usually, I've talked about a lot how I want to get multiple benefits out of anything I'm putting effort into, right? Particularly, I want, if I'm going to outlay a bunch of my time and materials and all that into building a bunch of farms, usually I really want the XP. But this may be that exception. If there's a way to set it up so that like we can lava kill the cave spiders and not have to deal with the poison or any of that, and them being, ooh, we'll definitely grab this up. Now, can the skeletons be in any biome? What biome are we in? We're in swamp still. I want to say they only have a couple biomes. Mesa, I think. Maybe savanna, but maybe they can be anywhere. Don't think I'm gonna preserve this. Although maybe we'll clear out, as I just said. Oh, I'm gonna grab this. Let's clear out around it. Let's see just what we have here. It looks pretty standard, but I know, and it kind of is along the lines of the geodes, and I may leave this one kind of a first find type deal. Something I've done in solo worlds, where nobody else is really watching or paying attention, where I just kind of clear out and make a kind of a museum gallery type room for the first skeleton that I do find. Leave it uh, leave it in here. So maybe we'll come back and pretty up around in here. Sell tickets to the zombies. Let them. Good thing it was silk touch. We can put that back. Shh. Just, anybody get some duct tape? There we go. They don't need to know, guys. How many times do you think they do that when they're actually setting up like the old dinosaur museum things in the museum? Oh, nobody will ever notice. Just shh. Here you go. Well, the pretty historic, like well established and some of those kind of things that a lot of those, like the T-Rex in the Chicago big Museum of Science. That's a big one, right? And there's a lot of, um, I'm guessing, like the British Museum and all that. All of them have similar kinds of stories where the naturalists and folks that were figuring out paleoanatomy and all that kind of stuff way back when it was kind of like, yeah, these were actually dinosaurs. They weren't dragons or Noah's whale or Noah's whale, Jonah's whale, or any, like there's a lot of crazy ideas when people start being like, wait, I'm in a mine in a mountain and there's fish looking skeletons in the rocks. What's going on here, right? And that was nowadays, and it's one of the things I think a lot about when people, get kind of superior about religious ideas and things like that, because they do uh, change so much over time, right? Um, but yeah, back, we all try to define our worlds through our faith and our science, and those things do change from, age to age as we have more information, but things that we accept here in the 21st century, just yeah, hey, if you run an electric current through, you can make a binary system to make a computer, right? That those things would have seemed magical, if not outright threatening back in the day. And you adapt and you grow, and that's where a lot of these things come. But while, you know, famously kind of flat earther style, some people will, there were never dinosaurs. That's crazy talk. I think most people now are pretty accepting of the idea that yes, life has come in different flavors over the millennia, and however you choose to interpret, with my Christian background, that would be like Genesis and the story of creation in 7 days and all that. However you choose to interpret that, you can still have faith in it, but um, the fossil record is pretty well conclusive, at least with our current interpretation, that life has been on this planet for longer than the 5,000 or whatever years that some monks back in the day, and when I say back in the day, 500 years ago or something like that, but there is a thing that says, God created the world in 7 days, and then there was Adam and all that kind of stuff, and then Adam had kids, and so much of what makes it difficult to read the Bible, especially if you're an outsider, even if you know, you're aspiring to be of faith and just want to read more, or you just want the references in the Bible and that kind of stuff, to be a part of that conversation. You get in, Genesis is great. It's got a bunch of stories, Noah and all the Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden and all that kind of stuff, Cain and Abel. And the next thing you know, it's all rocking along. And then boom, they start going through these family lists where it's like, so and so, and he had 18 different sons, and he begat them all, and then they, and it starts going through how many years each of them lived. Well, by using those numbers, you can basically, I'm not a biblical scholar or anything like that by any means. In fact, far from it. But I would, as I guess I understand it, just trying to get this a little lit up, and I'm wondering if I should do one more. So that's our fossil. It's pretty cool. Um, so anyway, back in the day when people were, when being a monk was a thing, and they were kind of they were the Silicon Valley of the medieval world, right? Until the Renaissance, they were the guys preserving all the language when the plagues and all that kind of stuff, and the cities were a bunch of people panicking. You live on a monastery out, near some tiny little village where you don't have a whole lot of contact. Spend most of your days praying and or writing, copying books. You don't do a lot. Well, those guys were like, "Hey, we can add this up." Basically, they came up with an idea that the world is 5,600 years old, whatever it was, and that was, the term. That's gospel, right? That was accepted as the truth. These were the brilliant minds of the age, and they're like, "Yeah, we've done the work. This is how you do it." And um, this is the age of the world. We've crunched all the numbers, and here's how we arrived at it. Whatever, however they did that, it was accepted. And for a long time, that was the deal. And if you questioned that the world was anything but 5,600 years old, you were a heretic. And all the uh, potential ramifications of that included, you were speaking out against the church if you believed anything else. Well, nowadays, in the face of science, you have to look, and I believe that even the Catholic Church has um, adopted some kind of a stance that doesn't. Nope. I tried to go for a shield that I don't have anymore. He does very little damage, so I'm not too worried about it. I probably shouldn't have been, but you hear that sizzle. It is ground in. Whew. Um, so yeah, our current understanding is that dinosaurs and their age were anywhere from 60-ish to 200-ish million years ago, and proto-humans um, only have a couple million, going from Homo habilis and Homo erectus and um, Australopithecus and some of those. And again, even that just goes to show the point. When I was, ooh, uh, um, when I was in high school and college and all that, some of that material may be dated too. So even what I'm saying right now may not be accepted as still current. There's just always new and better info coming along. Um, all right, look, guys, I'm full and I'd like to get back home again to empty my pockets. But yeah, we're the relative new kids, and I I think that makes for a richer, more varied view of life on this planet and being able to explore and learn it and see all that. And I'm far from a preachy type person. To whatever extent my faith is solid, it's in that you know the creator, a creator, gave us brains. Decided that if you want to call that God making man in His own image, and again, when I say man, humankind. I know that's a little archaic too, and I I grew up never feeling that using that language was um, intentionally a slight on women, specifically. But I can understand how um, women felt that. I kind of sits on my side of the um, revising stuff, right? We're especially in the post-pandemic, we are very much in a revising mode, and I that ruffles my feathers a little bit. I don't like the idea that we come in and say people of the past, whatever their whether take the monks that were trying to guess the age of the world, right? We go back and go, oh, you guys were so silly, blah, 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 blah. They had a different set of facts that they were working from. And what you may, if you could go in a time machine and end up having a chat with those guys, what you may find out is that they were some of the ones that would be most alike in your outlook to people that you would talk to today. But we kind of fall into dismissing them because they were in a different world, different priorities and factors, all that good stuff. I'm just gonna run up here. We're not gonna get sucked into more of this, but I would like to pick up the couple items, whatever they were that we dropped. It was dirt, right? Dirt and cobble, maybe. Boom. And then finish. I'll just do this little bit out over the ravine. Someday that could come in handy. And then we'll clear this bit of goodies. And then we'll get back into our mine. Yep. Do we care about this cave? Should we just go pee? Oh, let's see. This is back to mine. And it's got a chest. Awesome. Double chest. Alright, let's see. Oh, and a spider. So this is what I was talking about. Let's try to get a... Oh, come on, you dumb webs. Let's try to get torches as close back to any spawner as we possibly can before it has a chance to just jam up with spiders. Oh, we're so far. More torch. We are at a huge disadvantage when... Oh, it's a good thing it's out in the middle of the air, though. Okay, get back in. Just one, not too bad. Torches all over the place here. Well, we have a load of opportunity eventually to see how we can manage string farms and what that might look like. And I think, all things considered, we handled that pretty well. Haven't looked at episode time in a minute, but I think we're still doing okay. Now that we've found our path, well, I guess we haven't found our path back, right? It's somewhere that way, maybe. Um, remember what happened the last time we just kind of dove in on chest. Creeper came up, and it shouldn't be jump scary on the creepers, even though last time I was. Um, but if they blow up the carts, then things are prone to despawning, and that is a real concern for me. So this kind of stuff always seems to me like maybe an edge, right? We didn't come through here. There's been no access. Just didn't have the supports. And we've seen a few of those little hallways. I wonder if that means it's closer to the edge of everything. It's kind of tucked in around some of the other stuff that we've explored, so it may have a connection. This is kind of dumb because I'd like to get those carts. See what goodies we have there. Alright, let's not get too distracted. See, this just all feels like it's kind of... It's still a mine, but it's not the mine anymore. That was a well-placed torch. Alright, let's not forget those carts. I think I'm well out to safe. Still doing okay. We'll maybe come back here for... This is the last scary bit. Alright, here we go. Not bad, but not... Alright, here we go. We know what we're looking for, right? Everybody knows? That's not it. A Curse of Binding book? You gotta be kidding me. Okay. So we know that's right down where the farm was, so we're not far from getting back, or not incredibly lost at the moment. And we did fill up rather quickly with all that stuff. Don't know if I've already gotten gold ore in this run. I think maybe I have. If I have, we may try to fill up a stack with that, or just gather up all this stuff around. Let's take a look. I do have gold ore. Okay. So I know we've seen a couple little pockets here and there. Well, while we're at it, we can good vantage to just check, see if we have any other visible mine structures. Doesn't appear so, does it? Okay, that's fine. I guess we can do a bit of lighting down here, right? This doesn't really go anywhere. Got this one too if we want water fun. Like that. There's our fortune. Ooh. Not lost on me yet. I just mentioned, oh yeah, let's go gather up all the gold we've seen, and now I'm down in a totally different cave. We're adventuring. After having not been much of a nuisance, Garbage Guy sounds like he's making up for lost time. Wow. Crazy world. Crazy world we're living in. But I don't see any miney stuff out that way. Which is okay. The mine's been very good to us. I guess we can do some coal. Where all our friend sounds are coming from, but there do seem to be a lot of them. You think this is new? No. Oh, that is new. Oh, now where are you gonna go? So maybe this is maybe not. I was hoping maybe it would be a spawner, but seems to not just be zombies. Does it really connect to where we were just at? I guess that's a part of getting close to done. Here's some of that gold. Alright, did we already look in here? I think this is maybe leftovers, and of course now we're all full up. So not much we can do, but maybe we can take everything, because maybe we already have a lot of this stuff. Don't have the powered rail, but that's alright. This is where the creeper was. This one empty too. All our leavings. Okay, at least we can get more seeds and rail. Those are all things we don't have to pick up next time, right? And then here, more of this gold. It's down here. This is just the darkened end of a hallway. Ooh. I know you're coming, zombie. I still struggle to understand how, with knockback and flame, I can both set on fire and then allow myself to be set on fire by the same mob. We're getting out of familiar territory here a little bit. Don't really even have much room for those. Let's go down. Bones. This was that one. So we go back this way. Alright, that's good. We go down here, here. Oh, more gold. Wow, man. Guy's got a heavy hand on the little dumpster shaker button. Alright, that was good. Good little run. We'll get back and check our time. But that's pretty cool. We discovered a fossil. Got it a little area. If I get back there, I guess I should jot down the coordinates. And that goes back to an idea I'd had from the beginning of the slow cooker world. Never acted on. Very much a late game kind of idea or project, I think. Anything earlier than that, you're just trying to give yourself misery. And I don't want to do that to myself or you guys. So, oh, we should keep those. Put all these away, though. Seeds. Zombie flesh. We'll keep the couple of you go there. You guys come here. Oh, it's feathers. Wait, you need way more feathers to get an emerald than string? That's crazy. And not enough of those. So you're a master. What else am I missing here? Oh, arrows of healing. So we have to provide the arrows, but he will tip them up with healing. I think, at least when it comes to the wither, that would be extra good, right? Now, when maybe we haven't built up any arrows yet, because we just don't see many of them. But that's good. It's good to know that that's there. We will stockpile these, and of course our emeralds are coming along nicely. That's the main point. I don't think we're gonna get back in. I still haven't checked the time, but we can re-equip. Alright, let's check. 59:22, just about perfect. Let's go ahead and put a little save on this. Flavor with no seasoning. Hey, if you got fresh stuff, it doesn't need any help, right? Whether that's meat or fish or veggies and all that kind of stuff grown fresh and picked. You don't need to salt and pepper or anything like that. That's for when it's going bad. That was why seasonings were so important back in the day. So enjoy the real flavor of good good, wholesome food. Anyway, that's random. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the various rants and stuff. Again, uh, I'm having a blast. We found a skeleton. We found a couple more things. We've got 2 more spider farms or spawners that we could to be determined how we actually make those work if we can. But we'll see you in future episodes. You guys take care for now. Bye bye.